silent treatment. They are narratives, funny and false, of individuals in communities. The work you do with your tools, strangers on another street, friends and parties, crazy, lazy, and dirty dog, good problems, and longevity championship. Moving forward, terminal beaches, cognitive abilities and civilization wisdom. We do not exist, only in my head. Conditioned love, and so hate, and whatever in between. Animal or running wild. Capitalism helps with direction. Or veganism. Which one anyhow? I will die, but we not. Not by the day after tomorrow, silicon mind, teleportation, eternal youth, or social uprising. No. Enduring continuous survival of the fittest. The circle of vibes, choices, people, enterprises, vibes. And important is only you, and the rest is the game. And that is for every living another. Rich and spoiled, those walls are not just for beauty, but first of all for protection. It is hard for you, so it is much harder for the other, designed in such a way, so you may enjoy. Not about dessert, who deserves what, or even sweet dreams, what it means, but of tenderness, a cunning shark, won a prime card, elfish magic and language of business, a childhood where you belong, energy full and imagination unrestricted. But old is not bad, system is to use. You teach self how. We made this world of generosity and prestige. Anything less is a joke, educational material. The point is, again, to live a blissful life, and not the opposite. The street may be whatever, but you stay on the point. You do you, and preventively. Research the field, develop the tolerance. At right moment you strike the match. The storm of screams and scammers tries you constantly, and if you let it, you are no better. There are billions of people, come and go, but 11 out of 10, my sense of reality, what places me apart. With some pals I share a big part of my core. Happy families are like. With many, some part, the moral particle. Less important stuff is important too, but is this anything more than my confusion? What is interesting, funny and beautiful, of change and choice, probability and uncertainty, of games and models. We are in markets and names and numbers, so fucking boring. Like, you have to make me love you by being a miserable paradise provider. And magic has its boundaries, like ass kissing, ass licking, and fucking and eating. A kind of pleasure, but wiping, fuck no. But grooming instinct to keep self clean, or for a family member in trouble, or in role of a nurse or nanny, or a service for your medieval king, lines go blurry. In internet, media, institutions and streets, or we have that point of view, retail ordinary, very judgy and impulsive, reliable and trustworthy, memory short, stand in shock. As story goes, the bar, as I say, keeps dropping. Our public space, offensive and insulting. Our business news, toxic and predatory. And I see the mess as quite unhealthy, especially for me in 2023. But we, as universal, social democratic governance policies, maturity age and pension schemes, safety regulation of power abuse, like an idea of territorial sovereignty, no white spots on global map, or taxes as profits and population as workers. But for shareholders, you go as you go, in classes and details on layers of reality. You switch perception classes, color grading the grass of yesterday and tomorrow, but still wanna live, love yourself and the world around. No exit from the system. Anxiety is natural, angst is a part of decision making. Like, I may think that I'm calm and happy creature, but when I move, I'm excited and stressed. What will be with me, with the world and this? I hope for growth, or prepared for the worst, and reflected about variables and variants, but I tend to stay in my box, exercise the optimal, repeat my previous success, becoming a self-fulfilling spiral. So I push myself out of comfort zone into a bit of hostile environment. When what I consume and create, display and communicate is fuck. Just because. And an idea of Ubermensch. I am incomplete and inconsistent. Less. Without a test. I look at this thing in me. Perspective of critical overthinking. Not perfect part. My shamelessness. It takes kickback negativity and not doing something else, spending my time otherwise. Any depression is in imagination, letting self to pretend pity and regret, fueled by whatever metric of algorithm recommendations, but it will work out. You never know how before exactly. Unfolding ease of surprise mechanic to keep you hungry and investing and wondering. That moment of action when all the previous experience crystallize in poof. It is natural what people do, and in moment of no action you may try to rationalize and analyze, describe and explain in words and connotation precise and subtle, like intention, as must or should or can or may or want, or is negative, don't like it, prefer not able to, or love-hate, or great fear, or curiosity, anxiety, wishy, grammar, screaming chants and curses in the protest crowd. The tale is waging the dog, as story goes. Everything in the world is about sex except sex. Sex is about power. How comes the razor? Double think and overthink, dance to dance. I wanted too much, so we are not they. Practicing the right diet routines and our ceremonial economy. Modern days, contemporary art, Western bloc with rule of law, civil rights, intellectual property, and the rest, pirates and generals on shaky positions. Historic traffic continues, of common sense, Vanity Fair and fucky disruption, in artifacts of last 5 to 1 centuries and decades, for us, the bitches, to enjoy the life at the fullest, as it is. So you and any other one may as you please, according to that reason that you have to do what you want to do. How you came to be with that reason is the fucking magic. Butterfly effect. Drug carries your ass. Not just basics, but you develop your taste and appetite. Build up your tolerance, cause it hurts. And it hurts so much. To preserve the ratio, to protect the core, to evaluate the best. Not just compensating or overcompensating, but consumption for the sake of consumption and overconsumption. In spirit of competition and capital gains, we are from our past lives, are we not? Our ancestors, the amoeba that dominates another amoebas, the raptor that hunts the fish, the primal ape that kills it, fucks everything, and knows nothing about such things. And today, it depends how lucky you are, but highly likely, if you are of national workers or international owners, you are of capacity for entrepreneurial activities and stoic lifestyle. Not all of us try it, only a few win at it. Being a fucking angel, you are still being an animal and part of the tribe. The monster that shows more or less empathy in different events, different moods. Coral reefs under warmer weather, and a list of endangered species. I prefer to approach the shitstorm from a distance, with a delay, for my own benefit and well-being, not just from pure light and conditional love, and we are forever young, always kids, no nostalgia, and progress is not just of smartphone updates, console upgrades, but in ethics and aesthetics, medicine and freedom, not under total control, but 2 steps forward, 1 step back, byproduct of experimentation, like our beautiful faces. You can put some effort in skincare, but happens anyway, wrinkles and pimples. Our raising entropy, liberty and carbon emissions, goes hand in hand with population and information increase, complexity and agency, personal responsibility, distribution of power and opportunities not only as governments with check and balances, but also out of businesses, universities, banks and movements, hobbies, in all areas of life, human beings doing what they like, arguing with each other for top spots under the sun. This is good news or bad? Or what they may think, should I ignore or act against?